Just give me a human answer, Minister. Just for goodness sake, give me a human answer on what you think of the law.
And indeed, he needs a human answer, but definitely not an answer that he deems human. CNN journalist Richard Quest is on air shouting at Ghana's finance minister, Dr. Mohammed Adam, demanding a human answer regarding his thoughts on a pro-family bill passed by the Ghanaian Parliament. Whatever Richard Quest deems as human to warrant an answer, only he can tell. Hello and welcome again to the Edge Politics Podcast. Geopolitical Queen here with today's episode on arrogant Western journalists and their bullying tactics against African leaders. Can this journalist ever shout on an European minister? So why is it that when it comes to the so-called third world ministers, these arrogant TV presenters in the West think they should shout, lecture them, and treat them less than the way they would treat their pets? For sanity's sake, this is the finance minister of a country, and a sovereign country as that. He is not the Attorney General, Foreign Affairs Minister, or the Cultural Minister of the country. So why should he be held responsible for a decision that a whole parliament of a sovereign nation has taken? And which part of a decision taken by a whole parliament of a sovereign nation is supposed to be the business of this journalist that he thinks he should harass a finance minister of a state for an answer? Is that not meddling in the internal affairs of a sovereign nation? Or this journalist assumes that Ghana is one of the states in the US? Take a listen to this absurd art of journalistic specialty.
Favour of the law. What would you advise?
Well, I'll subject myself to the laws of my country. I do not live on an island. I live in a country that is not my house.
What do you think of the law? Just give me a human answer, Minister. Just for goodness sake, give me a human answer on what you think of the law.
Richard, the most important thing is to discuss the effects of the law when passed on the economy. I have already told you what the effect. But having said that, it is not for me to give a determination. It is the Supreme Court of our country.
But you're going in circles here. I'm not.
Let me state my point clearly again.
No, you said it several times and I understand your point.
Yes.
I understand that you don't want to answer it.
Yes.
Yes, you don't want to answer it.
before the Supreme Court, and I'm not going to prejudice the determination of the Supreme Court.
You weren't in Parliament when it was voted. You were absent. You won't give me an answer on whether you actually like the law or not, because that's prejudicial. You're one of the most senior members of the government. It's not immediately clear to me, Minister, what responsibility you're taking for this law.
The responsibility I'm taking is that if the Supreme Court rules in the present access, I subject myself to the laws of my country.
So you are in favour?
I have told you I will subject myself to the laws of my country once it becomes law. Until then, the Supreme Court has to make a determination on it, and that issue is scheduled before the Supreme Court. And I'm not going to prejudice the determination of the Supreme Court of our country. It's my pleasure.
So what do you think? Do African leaders really have any necessity or urgency in granting interviews to such bullies parading as journalists in the West? Well, Kindly leave your comments in the comment section below, and thanks for tuning in. I will be back with the next broadcast. Good day.